you. Thank you. We have some more readers for you. Here we go.
Good morning. My name is Nathan Benjamin. I am 9 years old, and my story is adapted from Little Pieces of Glass by Andy. Before climbing the tree, we gave our marbles to younger brothers and sisters to hold, or we hid them in our very own secret place. I had a special place for mine, a perfect hiding place that only I knew about, or so I thought. When the bell signaled the end of lunch hour I ran to the outside pipe where I hid my marbles. I pushed my hand into the hole at the bottom. It was empty. Not even one marble was left. This was serious. Marbles might be bits of glass, but to us they were valuable property. I had worked hard for a collection of marbles. There were only 10, but I bought 4 of them, and I won the rest with hard fought deals. I didn't have any money to buy any more, nor any chance of getting any.
Good morning, everyone. I am Jay Panchabu. I am 9 years old. I'm going to be reading from the back of the series, The Troublemaker. Juba was always giving trouble in his class. He liked to make fun of the other boys and have the class laugh at them. He also liked to do things to make the class laugh. Because of the trouble that Juba gave in his class, the children could not do much work. When the teacher asked who was making the trouble, Juba would be the first to say he was not the one. One of the things that Juba liked to do the most was play with chair. Wet chair was when they splash water on another boy's chair. When they would rub the water all over it.
Thank you so much to our readers so far.
The boy who came to sit in his chair.
Now we have a guest reader. Her name is Karen Carey.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Karen Carey, and I'm from Ecclesia Group of Schools. Today, I'm reading one of my books entitled A Home for Maths. Now, before I read, let me tell you what the story is about. The story is about a little girl who had a pet dog called Max. But after a while, the little girl got tired of her pet and she said some very cruel things about him. She did not realize that her words were hurting him. And this story is to teach boys and girls that we need to be careful of the words we say. We need to be careful that we do not hurt each other's feelings. All right, so I'm going to read now A Home for Max. Max was Lisa's favorite pet. He was a fat, brown and white dog with large ears that flip flopped when he walked. Lisa really loved Max, but she hardly had time for him. Lisa got up very late in the mornings. Then she had to hurry to get herself dressed. She had to hurry to fix her breakfast and to make her bed. What made Lisa mad though was that she had to find time to fix breakfast for Max, even though she was very late. Every morning, Max could hear Lisa cursing and swearing as she prepared his meal. She talked about his long, ugly ears that made him look like a clown. She talked about how big and fat he was because all he did was eat and sleep. She talked about how she longed to hear him bark like every other dog. She shouted and she cursed every morning. Then, when she was finished, she would present Max with a large bowl of rich, creamy cereal, a dish of well seasoned meat, and a large container of fresh water. When she got home in the evenings, Lisa was always in a hurry to change her clothes and complete her homework so she could go out to play with her friends. Again, she murmured as she looked after Max's dinner. She fussed when she had to clean the kennel. She wished that her lazy, stupid dog would just have enough sense to use the bathroom. She invited her friends, she envied her friends who did not have big, clumsy dogs to look after. Max looked around him. He really should not complain, although Lisa was so upset. After all, Lisa did take care of him. She gave him clean blankets, a warm bed, fresh, clean water, and lots of food. But still, Max was not happy. All he could hear was Lisa's cruel words. He sat in front of his food and he wondered if Lisa was right. Was he just a big, lazy, stupid dog? What could he do to make Lisa appreciate him? Max got an idea. He decided to help himself so Lisa would see that he wasn't lazy after all. He would go outside and he would relieve himself in the grass so Lisa would have nothing to clean. At night, he would bark at everything he saw so Lisa would not complain that she had not heard him barking. Max did just that. Then he could hardly wait for morning to come. He knew that he had made Lisa proud. Max had barked so loudly and he never messed up his kennel. He had gone outside. The next day, Max heard a lot of talking. He lifted his head and his tail with pride. He knew that the neighbors were talking about him. They were bragging about what a good dog he had been. He had not missed his kennel, he had gone outside, and he had barked right through the night. Max could hear Lisa's mother. What was she saying? He tilted his proud little head and he listened keenly. Lisa's mother was heading towards was heading towards him. He could hardly contain himself. He was so proud. Finally, he had made his family proud. Oh, but what is that in her hand? Is it a bone? Wow, what an exciting moment. He wished his little dog friends could have been there to witness the moment. As Lisa's mother approached Max, he quickly realized three things. One, Max realized that what she had in her hand was not a bone. but a broom. He realized that she was upset, and he realized that she was not alone. But where was Lisa? Surely Lisa would defend him. Lisa knew that he did not mean to cause any harm. He was only doing what he thought she wanted him to do. Oh, there was Lisa. There she was. Lisa, please, please tell these people that I'm a good dog. Please tell them that I only barked because you wanted me to bark. Oh no. Why is Lisa so mad? As Max looks up at his friend Lisa, he can hear every word she's saying. She too thinks that Max is too loud and he disturbs his neighbors throughout the night. She thinks he's nasty and he makes a mess outside. Tears filled Max's eyes. How could Lisa say such mean things about him? How could she join the angry neighbors and curse him? Lisa knew him better than anyone else. Max was so hurt and so disappointed. He did not understand until now that he had messed up the grass outside. He did not know that the neighbors could not sleep because he barked at everything and he barked so loudly. Max looked up at Lisa again. Then, with all the energy he could find, he ran out of the yard and disappeared from the scene. He kept running. He ran and he ran. He ran away from the cold, angry stares. He ran away from the cruel words. He would keep running until he felt safe. Lisa saw Max running. She felt ashamed. She did not think that Max would have understood what she was saying. She didn't mean to hurt him. If only he would come back, then she would clean his kennel and prepare his meals, and she would not murmur nor complain. Lisa wished she never said those bad things about her faithful friend Max. She wished he could understand that she was sorry. She really was. Every day, Lisa cleaned his little kennel and put food in his little dog bowl, and she never murmured nor complained. She hoped that Max would come back to his warm, friendly home. 3 days passed, no Max. Lisa was sad. 3 weeks passed, still no Max. Lisa and her friends walked up the road. They walked down the road. They called out for Max. They searched. They walked. They called. They searched. Still no Max. One evening, after searching and calling and still not finding Max, Lisa went home sadly. She did not play with her friends. She did not watch the television. She did not eat her dinner. She only cried and cried and cried. That day, Lisa realized that wherever Max was, he was happy. She knew that her words had hurt her friend. She knew that day that Max was never coming back. And that's the end of the story. Thank you so much for listening.
Nathan Prince. I am 8 years old, and today I'm going to read a story called The African Name. Zana was a very bright boy. He was always asking his father about many things. His father was a fisherman, and Zana liked to go fishing with him. He liked to be alone with his father so that he could ask him all that he wanted to. At home there was too much noise, and his father was working too hard to tell him all that he wanted to know. One morning, Zano and his father went fishing. It was a beautiful sunny day, and, and the sea was very quiet. Zano knew that this was a good time to ask his father something he had always wanted to know. Father, Father said, Zano, why is there no other boy with a name like mine?
My name is Leonardo Reed. I am 11 years of age and I attend Hastings Fairbairn Infant School. I am reading Milo and Myra Learn Manners with Mr. Mongoose by Tamara Hill. Please may I and thank you. One bright summer day, Milo and Myra decided to pick some juicy ripe mangoes that were in their friend Tommy's yard. But their mother said that they had to get permission from Tommy's mommy or dad before they picked any mangoes. So Milo and Myra went over to Tommy's mommy and said, "Good morning, Mrs. Spence. Please may we pick some ripe mangoes?" They made sure to greet her properly with "Good morning" because it was early in the day. If it was in the afternoon, they would have said, "Good afternoon, Mrs. Spence. Please may we pick some ripe mangoes?" Mrs. Spence was delighted with their good manners and replied, "Good morning, Milo and Myra. Of course you may." And what did Milo and Myra say after that? Why, thank you, of course. And Mrs. Spence replied, "You are welcome," which is what you say when someone says thank you.
My name is Ayana Brown. I attend the Cedar Valley Primary and Infant School. I am in grade 5. I am 10 years old. My teacher name is Mrs. Jarman. I'll be reading a book called Epic Christmas by Ayana Brown. The Epic Christmas. Once upon a time, there were a family of 16. The night before Christmas, we bake cookies for Santa, and we also make a healthy smoothie. We take the cookies out of the oven and put them on a plate. We pour the smoothie in a glass cup. We put the plate of cookies and the glass of smoothie on a table beside the chimney. Everyone went to bed, but I did not, because I wanted to meet Santa. But I was too tired, so I fell asleep. The next morning, I was the first one to get up. I went downstairs and I saw that Santa left 32 gifts for us, two for each. Then I looked over at the chimney. Santa ate all the cookies and drank all the smoothie. I did not know that my family was behind me, and I heard a voice. It was my dad. I was frightened that I almost had a heart attack. We were setting up the Christmas tree while our mom was preparing breakfast, pancakes, egg, tacos, and Milo tea. When she finished preparing breakfast, we ate. And after we finished, we cleaned the house, bathed, and we opened the gift. It was a blast at the Christmas party. Everyone enjoyed it. The end.
Hello, my name is Shantana Kong. I am 8 years old. Today I am going to read the book called My Daddy and Me, written by Amy E. Sklansky, illustrated by Ard Hoyt. Page 1. We go together like honey and bees, like peanut butter and jelly, like hide and seek, whatever the weather, we go together. We go together like wind and kites, like pail and shovel, like moon and stars, whatever the weather, we go together. We go together like rakes and leaves, like boots and rain, like hugs and kisses, whatever the weather, we go together. We go together like coats and hats, like skates and ice, like cocoa and marshmallows. Now and forever, my daddy and me, we go together. The end.
My name is Canadian Kennedy. I will be reading the book entitled Big and Strong, written by Rebecca Tortello. Mommy says if I drink my milk, I will grow big and strong. Daddy says if I eat my fruits, I will grow big and strong. Auntie Sue says, if I go to bed early, I will grow big and strong. Uncle Joe says, if I play football every day, I will grow big and strong. Mr. Sam at the store says, if I eat meat, I will grow big and strong. Miss Lucy next door says, if I go to church, I will grow. My name is
K. Edwards. I am 10 years old. I will be reading a Nancy Drew edition titled The Spider Safari Mystery by Caroline Key. Chapter 1, Stolen Gem. Nancy Drew drove her convertible into the public parking lot and chose a space facing the far fence. There were a few cars at this hour since the early morning shoppers had left. As the attractive tissue-haired girl turned off the motor and took the key from the ignition lock, a car pulled in on each side of her. In an instant, Nancy realized that they were parked so close she could not open either of her doors. The two drivers immediately jumped out and hurried away. Nancy called out to them, "Wait a minute! You've parked so I can't get out!" The two men paid no attention. She Okay, Edwards.
My name is Karina Smith and I will be reading you a story. It's called City Girl by Dennis Anderson. Letter for Eve. One day, Eve received a letter. A letter for me, said Eve. Maybe it's about a party. Dear Eve, we miss you. Please come and visit us on our farm. Hugs and kisses, Steve and Leaf. But I can't leave the city, Mommy, Eve complained. We really have fun here. Eve's mom tried to make her feel better. You'll have fun going to Steve and Lee's farm, too. You'll see, sweetie. Eve still was not sure she wanted to visit the farm. I'll eat a piece of a yummy candy, then I'll feel better, Eve whispered to herself, but eating candy did not. My name is Karina Smith and Hello everyone, my name is Jordan Service. I attend Lawrence Tavern Primary School. I am in grade 3. Today I will be reading this book called Reggae Readers 3, written by Louis Fidge and Sue Graves. The title of the story is The Good Friend. Mrs. Williams was in a hurry. She wanted to go into town. She wanted to get the bus to go into town. She saw the bus at the bus stop. Mrs. Williams ran towards the bus. Crash! Suddenly she tripped. She fell down with a crash. She hit her head on the ground. She did not move. She did not open her eyes. Soon Mr. James came past. He was running towards the bus. He saw Mrs. Williams on the ground. He saw that she didn't move. He saw that she did not open her eyes. Oh dear, Mr. James said. Poor Mrs. Williams, but I can't stop to help her. I am in a hurry. Mr. James ran to get the bus. So this is the end of my 2-minute reading. So bye.
My name is Vaneri. The name of the story that I'll be reading is Hello. Hello, my name is Ashley Bell. My first name is Ashley. My last name is Bell. I am a girl. I am 6 years old. This is my school. This is Miss Green. Miss Green is my teacher. I like Miss Green. I like my school. This is my house. I live in my house with my mother. I live in my house with my father too. Can you see my mother? Can you see my father?
My name is Sean Robinson. The story that I will be reading today is The Lion and the Mouse. One day, a lion was resting in a forest. Suddenly, a mouse ran over his nose. The lion caught the mouse in his big paw. The little mouse begged for mercy. Please do not hurt me, she squeaked. The lion took pity on her. He opened his paw and let her go free. Thank you, said the mouse.
Someday I will pay back your kindness. The next morning, the mouse heard a great angry roar. She knew that the lion was in trouble. She set off at once to find him. The mouse saw that her friend was caught in a trap. She nibbled at the net and quickly cut the ropes. In a short time, the king of beasts was free again.
My name is Jude Force. Today I'm going to be reading Clifford's birthday party. My name is Emily Elizabeth, and this is my dog Clifford. Last week was Clifford's birthday. We invited his pals to a party. Mom had ice cream and cookies. We put up decorations. When it was time for the party to begin, nobody was there. Where could they be? Where could they be? We went looking for Clifford's pals. They were all together at the playground.
Hello, my name is Ria Henry. Today I am going to be reading a story from the book called Treasury of Enchanted Tales. The story is called The Witch Who Didn't Have a Cat by Sue Sedon. There was once a witch called Smaragda who didn't have a cat. The chief witch wasn't very pleased about it and commanded Smaragda to come and explain her lack of a cat in person. So Smaragda mounted her broomstick and flew to Castle Greydoon. Now look here, Smaragda, began the chief witch. You must get yourself a cat. All witches have a cat. You can't be a witch without one. I don't want a cat, said Smaragda stubbornly. Stuff and nonsense. Why ever not? Snapped the chief witch. Smaragda looked at her through her slanted green eyes and cracked her knobbly knuckles crossly. I don't like cats, she said. Not like cats? Not like cats? shrieked the chief witch, her crumpled face quivering with rage. We'll see about that. I shall send you a cat tomorrow. Do not try to get rid of it with spells. My magic is stronger than yours. Now go home.
My name is Armand Russell. The story that I will be reading is A Brave Strong Boy. My name is David. I am a shepherd boy. I live in Israel with my father, Jesse, and my 7 older brothers. My brothers are soldiers. They are fighting with the Philistines. They stay at a special camp with some other soldiers. The Prime Minister of my country is Saul. My father sends me with food and other things to give my brothers. My father wants to know if they are doing okay. There is a big, strong man in the Philistines camp. His name is Goliath. Everyone is afraid of him. Nobody wants to fight. My name is Gemma Williams. The story that
say it's mine. My name is Gemma Williams. The story that I will be reading is Billy Bully. When Billy Bully comes to play, he always takes the fun away. He grabs a toy and says it's mine, and so his friends are down to 9. He cuts the line and thinks he's great, and so his friends are down to 8. He pounds and screams and pushes even, and now his friends are down to 7. He takes and breaks their pickup sticks, and so his friends are down to 6. He picks up speed and takes a dive, and so his friends are down to 5. He hugs the ball and shoots to score, and so his friends are down to 4. He locks the door and hides the key.
My name is Delangelo Lawrence. The story I will be reading right now is Tom and Jerry. Skate, rattle, and roll. See that guy? No, not the goldfish. The one with the whiskers and sticky look on his face. The one who likes to tease small animals like fish and mice, for example. Yes, that's the one. His name is Tom, and boy, he's about to get a surprise. Yikes! Tom thinks he sees a scary monster in the goldfish bowl. He can't understand what's going on. After all, it's Tom who's supposed to do the scaring around here. My name is Tiana Cameron. The story that I will be reading is A Kind Father. A rich man has 2 sons. The younger son gets his share of money from his father. The son goes to a country far away. He meets a lot of new friends. He spends all his money on his new friends. Soon all his money is gone. He is very hungry. He has no food. He has no money. He has no friends. He goes to look for work. He gets a job to take care of.
Everyone, my name is Kyoko Francis. I'm 6 years old, and I'm going to read you a story. What the title of the story is Lucky Dip by W. Morris. A girl, a boy. I see a big girl. I see a little boy.
My name is J.D. Johnson. The story that I'll be reading today is The Greedy Dog. It was a warm day in summer. A kind butcher gave a bone to a hungry dog. The animal was happy and wagged his tail. The dog ran quickly down the street. He carried the bone in his mouth. On the way home, he had to cross a stream. The dog looked over the side of the bridge. In the water, he saw another dog. The other dog also had a bone in his mouth. He jumped into the water to fight the other dog. The dog went.
My name is Mikhail Codis. The story I will be reading is The Fox and the Crow. One day, a crow was flying to her nest. She saw a bit of cheese on a window ledge. The bird flew down and sat on a fence. She waited until there was no one about. Then she flew with the cheese to a tree. A hungry fox saw the crow. He wondered how he'd get hold of the cheese. Then the animal had a clever idea. "Hello, Miss Crow," he called. "How are you?" The crow just nodded her head. "How pretty you look," cried the fox. The bird was pleased but said nothing. "You must be a lovely singer," said the fox. The foolish bird was so fluttered that she tried to sing. As soon as she opened her beak, the cheese fell to the ground. At once, the cunning fox snapped up the cheese and ran off with it. The silly crow learned a lesson.
All right, before we go any further, just want to make sure that we are all still here and still listening. We have more readers coming up for you. They were so excited to read for you today on World Read Aloud Day, every year on the last Wednesday of February. Join us and come and even read aloud with us.
Adriana Dixon. I am 7 years old. Today I'll be reading Night Night Daddy by Amy Parker. Oh, Daddy, we've had so much fun playing ball and flying kites, but now it is time to settle down and get ready for night night. Pancakes for dinner? Sure, why not? Stir the butter while I pour. We'll get clean up liquid spills and then we'll play some more. A bubble fight cut bath time makes getting clean more fun. Soon we're laughing oh so hard we don't even know who won. As we look up at the moon, you explain God's awesome power, how he hung each shining star, how he painted each flower. After we are all done exploring underneath God's night sky, we can build a fort to sleep in with our pillows stacked this high. Suddenly, from out of nowhere, it's a tickle monster attack. Then, when he least expects it, I tickle him right back. Tell me my favorite story, the one of the lions. Then you roar and shout till Daniel climbs out. Please, Daddy, tell it again. I watch you kneel and talk to God, saying prayers in His name. Then I kneel close beside you, bow my head and do the same.
we can all do it again.
My name is Akilia Hansen, and the story that I'll be reading today is Sleeping Beauty. Ready, set, throw. Bria Rose swept a pile of dust and crumbs out the door. I think I'll go for a walk in the woods, she told her aunts. It's such a beautiful day. That's so nice, dear, said her Aunt Flora. Bring back some pecans and I'll make a pie. Aunt Father called, don't be too long, dear. Aunt Meriwether added, after Bria Rose had found a basket for the nuts, she waved to her aunts and started towards the woods. Soon she reached a small stream. A snail family clung to a leafy twig that was floating.
My name is the Mommy Beans. The title of the story that I will be reading today is Amazing Pets. Pets need people. Pets need us to give them food, water, and a place to sleep. People take care of their pets in many ways. Did you know that sometimes pets help take care of people? This dog leads a man through the park. The man cannot see. The dog takes him safely past benches and trees. The dog also helps the man cross streets. This dog helps too. The woman cannot hear. The dog wakes the woman up when the alarm clock rings. The dog also lets the woman know when the doorbell rings. Pets can do other amazing things. This monkey turns on the television for its owner. The owner cannot move his arms or legs. The monkey is the Mommy Beans. The title of the story that I will be reading today is Amazing Pets. Pets need people. Pets need us to give them food, water, and a place to sleep. People take care of their pets in many ways. Did you know that sometimes pets help take care of people? This dog leads a man through the park. The man cannot see. The dog takes him safely past benches and trees. The dog also helps the man cross streets. This dog helps too. The woman cannot hear. The dog wakes the woman up when the alarm clock rings. The dog also lets the woman know when the doorbell rings. Pets can do other amazing things. This monkey turns on the television for its owner. The owner cannot move his arms or legs. The monkey
All right, so before we continue, let me tell you a little bit about why reading is important. I will talk about stress reduction, and I'm going to read from an article here on Lifehack. And it says, everyday concerns will keep bothering you unless you do something to divert your mind. Reading gives you that mental space to occupy yourself with something more interesting. When you read a great story, all your stress seems to slip away and relax you, since you tend to travel mentally in a different realm. Sometimes while reading, you come across valuable advice or solutions to your problems. Pick up a book, guys. Follow these wonderful children who are reading today and build the habit of reading. It will reduce your stress.
My name is Nicole Fletcher. The name of the story that I will be reading is Teapot Tantrum. After a fun sleepover, Emmy and Doc are finally awake and ready to eat breakfast. You two were up giggling awfully late last night. Dad chuckles, Emmy yarns. I know, I'm so tired. Doc takes a bite of his cereal and realizes the mistake she's made. I just put oranges in my cereal by accident. See what happens when you don't get enough sleep? It can be hard to think clearly the next day. Some people get cranky and some people get spacey, teases Dad. After Emma goes home, Dad heads to her room. Her stethoscope begins to glow and all her stores begin magically come to life. Hi, Doc, Stuff and Limba shout. Hello, my name is Karina Smith and I will be reading you the story named City Girl by Dennis Anderson. Letter for Eve. One day, Eve received a letter. A letter for me, said Eve. Maybe it's about a party. Dear Eve, we miss you. Please come and visit us on our farm. Hugs and kisses, Steve and Lee. But I can't leave the city, Mommy, Eve complained. We really have fun here. Eve's mom tried to make her feel better. You'll have fun going to Steve and Lee's farm, too. You'll see, sweetie. Eve still was not sure she wanted to visit the farm. I'll eat a piece of yummy candy, then I'll feel better, Eve whispered to herself. But eating candy did not make Eve feel better. She still was not sure about visiting the farm. Steve and Lee met Eve at the train. We are very happy you are here, beamed Steve. You are a city girl now, but you can be a farm girl, too, added Lee. I'm happy being a city girl, said Eve. I'm not sure about being a farm girl. This is our farm, said Steve happily. Let's feed these geese, said Steve. Eve peeked at the geese. I do not like geese, she whispered. Mom, it's muddy and dirty and dusty here. The geese are mean. Please come and get me. Steve and Lee can come to our home.
My name is Annalie Mears. I am 9 years old, and today I'll be reading I'm a Promise by Shelley Ann Fraser Price. When I was a little girl, I dreamed of winning great races, but I was just a teeny tiny thing in this wide, wondrous world. As tiny as I was also very fast and I loved to run. So I ran to school, I ran to the shop, I ran like a rocket, I ran to be free. I ran everywhere because that was me. One day, my grandmother saw me running and she called me over. Child, do you know that you are a promise? I looked at her with wide eyes and asked, What kind of promise, Granny? I was very confused. How could I be a promise? A promise is for ice cream on a Sunday. A promise is to keep your friend's secrets. How can a person, be a promise? But Granny just smiled and answered, Don't worry, child. One day you will see. As I grew older and entered big school, I kept running and training hard because that's what I love to do. But now I ran faster than the other girls in races. I ran faster than everyone in races. I ran like a rocket. I ran to be free. I ran without fear because that was me. And that
My name is Ariana Brown. The title of the story is The Lost Moon. One night, the moon was bumped by a huge storm and fell down into the sea. Splash! A little fisher boy found her. He picked her up and brought her back to his house. He laid the moon down next to his pillow. The moon seemed to be very happy. She sang some songs and told stories to the boy before he went to bed. But the following night, the moon was gone. She was not up in the sky or hiding under the bed.
Hello, Jamaica. My name is Amari Bailey. I am 9 years old. The title of the story is Anansi and the Wobbly Ladder from Reggae Readers 2 by Macmillan. Anansi had a big apple tree. There were lots of apples on the tree. The apples were big and ripe. Anansi looked at the big ripe apples. "What a lot of apples," he said. "I will pick some apples. I will sell them. I will be rich." The tree was very high. "I can't pick the apples. The tree is too high," Anansi said. He got a ladder. The ladder was wobbly. Anansi climbed the wobbly ladder. Wobble, wobble, went the ladder. Wobble, wobble, went Anansi. Anansi fell off the ladder. Anansi fell down with a crash. "Ow, my leg," said Anansi. Burr Cow saw Anansi. Burr Cow sent for an ambulance. The ambulance took Anansi to the hospital. At the hospital, a doctor looked at Anansi's leg. He made Anansi's leg better. "I will never climb a wobbly ladder again," said Anansi. The end. Thank you for listening to my story. Bye.
Good afternoon. My name is Jawan Bembridge and I am a student of the Egg Primary and Infant School. I am 11 years old. Today I am going to read a story. The title of the story is called Anansi and the Snake, the Postman. No one disliked work as much as Anansi did while all the other animals kept busy as bees, looking for food and taking care of their families. Anansi would sit on the step of a small hut greeting the animals as they passed by. Sometimes he would ask this one to lend him a loaf of bread, and that one gave to him half a bunch of bananas. Anansi liked to receive letters, but he was too lazy to go to the post office to collect his letter. One day, while he sat in front of his gate, he saw a snake returning from the village with a letter. Snake.
You know what I absolutely love about this year's contest and Read Aloud Day with Jamaica Reads? The number of boys I see reading. It just makes me very happy to see this. So I'm absolutely elated, excited to see all the young men who have decided that they wanted to participate in the Read Aloud contest this year. Congratulations, all of you, and good luck. Now let's continue. We have many more coming up for you this afternoon.
My name is Sky Johnson. Today I'll be reading a book. The title of the book is Regular Readers by Sue Graves. Mrs. Williams was in a hurry. She wanted to go into town. She wanted to get the bus to go into town. She saw the bus at the bus stop. Mrs. Williams ran towards the bus. Crash! Suddenly, she tripped. She fell down with a crash. She hit her head on the ground. She did not move. She did not open her eyes.
Hi guys, my name is Delano Scott, and today I will be reading my favorite book, Cookie Monster's Guessing Game About Food. It's made by Sesame Street Workshop. Me like all kinds of food, not just cookies. Monster cannot live on cookies alone. Me thinking about food right now. This food can come up with vegetables and cheese on top. Can you guess what food Cookie Monster is thinking about? Did you guess me thinking about pizza? Very good. Now me thinking about a yellow fruit that come in bunches. Me have to peel it before me eat it. Can you guess what food Cookie Monster is thinking about? You guess banana? Me think you know a lot about food. This time, me thinking about food that can be found in delicious salad. This food is a leafy vegetable. Can you guess what food Cookie Monster is thinking about? You guess me thinking about lettuce? Right? Me amazed at your vast knowledge. Now me thinking about yummy tasting beverage. It tastes good on cereal, and it comes from a cow. It tastes really good with cookies. Can you guess what Cookie Monster is thinking about? You guessed milk, right? This yummy milk makes me think about cookies. And when me think about cookies, me want to eat cookies. What is your favorite food?
All right, thank you, Delano Scott. So before we move on to our next reader, let's talk about another great benefit of reading. And I'll share this one with you. Tranquility. So don't you sometimes feel like just getting away from all the hustle and bustle of everyday nonsense? But it's not always cost effective to plan a trip to get some time in solitude. Reading a book allows you to gain similar tranquility. What's more interesting is that people suffering from high blood pressure and anxiety can find peace in reading. Reading self help or spiritual text uplifts your soul and makes you feel better. Whereas people suffering from mood disorders can also feel better with reading habits. So read a book. It will bring you some peace. I didn't say it. The statistics did. Now let's continue to listen to these wonderful kids as they read for us today on World Read Aloud Day.
Hello everybody, my name is Gareth Sinclair and I am 6 years old. I am gonna read a book named Dinosaurs. This is the cover, and it's named Dinosaurs. And it was written by Sarah Phillips. You'll see Sarah Phillips here. And the first verse says, "What is a dinosaur? Giant dinosaurs were the biggest animals ever to live on land. There were hundreds of different dinosaurs, and they roamed the earth for 165 million years. They looked like terrible lizards, which is what the word dinosaur means." T-Rex. Tyrannosaurus rex was one of the largest meat-eaters ever to walk on the planet. Fierce and fearless, it hunted alone. Its name means king of the tyrant reptiles. The death of the dinosaurs. We have found out what we know about dinosaurs from the large bones and other fossils that have been discovered. These tell us that the last dinosaurs died about 65 billion years ago. The title of the story is Friendship Day. Yesterday was Friendship Day. Mrs. Adams began the day by explaining what having and being a friend means. Friends are very important. They share our good times. They are happy for us when we do things well. Friends make us feel better when we are sad. They know just what to say and do. Friends care when we get hungry. They don't want us to go too far or get in trouble, she explained. Friends are not afraid to tell us when we are doing things wrong. They look out for us. They help us when we don't know what to do. Sometimes friends have good ideas. Other times they just listen, she continued. Mrs. Adams then asked her class,
Hello everyone, my name is Kimani Delisser and I'm 6 years old and I attend Stephen James Infant School. Today I'll be reading you a story. It's called Butterfly Butterfly by Peter Conazer. One day Lucy saw a beautiful butterfly. She played with it and chased it all around the garden. The next day, Lucy couldn't find the butterfly anywhere. But she did find a pink earthworm wiggling along the ground and a brown spider busy spinning her web. Then Lucy discovered a green beetle and a family of very sweaty red ladybugs hovering around. She saw a snail with an orange shell slithering. Three purple caterpillars. Hi, my name is Sasha Stead, and today I'm going to read the story The Three Bears by Paul Galdon.
Once upon a time, there were 3 bears who lived together in a house of their own in the woods. One was a middle-sized bear, one of them was a little wee bear, and the other was a great big bear. They each had a bowl for their porridge. The little wee bear had a little wee bowl. The middle-sized bear had a middle-sized bowl, and the great big bear had a great big bowl. They each had a chair to sit in. The little wee bear had a little wee chair. The middle-sized bear had a middle-sized chair, and the great big bear had a great big chair. And they each had a bed to sleep in. The little wee bear had a little wee bed. The middle-sized bear had a middle-sized bed, and the great big bear had a great big bed. One morning, the 3 bears made pie for breakfast and poured it into their bowls. But it was too hot to eat, so they decided to go for a walk in the woods until it's cold. While 3 bears were walking, a little girl named Goldilocks came to their house. First, she looked in at the window, and then she peeked through the keyhole. Of course, there was nobody.
My name is Robin Wright. I am 8 years old. I am reading the book Silly Pig Has an Idea, written by Sue Graves. This is Silly Pig. Everyone calls her Silly Pig because she does silly things. You silly pig, said Horse. Pigs don't put flowers on their heads. One day, Silly Pig had an idea. She went to tell the other animals about her idea. I am going to look for treasure on the farm, she said. I am going to find lots and lots of treasure. You silly pig, said the other animal. You won't find treasure on the farm. Silly Pig started to look for treasure. She went out of the farmyard and up the lane. Suddenly, Silly Pig stopped. She saw something sparkling in the tree. Oh, I can see something, a sparkling necklace in the tree. A sparkling necklace is treasure. I shall put it around my neck. But the sparkling necklace wasn't really a necklace. It was a spider's web. The web was sparkling with raindrops. Spider was very angry. What a silly thing to do, he said. You silly pig. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hi everyone, my name is Zinzi Bremer. I am 8 years old. I am in grade 3. I love to read. I like to challenge my mind. Today we'll be reading this book, The Goat That Gloats. It was written by Leland Purdy. On a throne made of stone at the top of a tower, counting the minutes of each passing hour, feeling bored and ignored for days without end, lived a goat who was lonely. He wanted a friend. This goat was unhappy with sitting alone, way up in his tower, on his cold hard throne. So out of his window he started to bleat to the people who bustled below in the street. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed while I was reading.
Hello everyone, my name is Emily Rose Young and I will be reading What Do You Do With an Idea by Kobe Lamada. One day, I had an idea. Where did it come from? Why is it here? I wondered. What do you do with an idea? At first, I didn't think much of it. It seemed kind of strange and fragile. I didn't know what to do with it, so I just walked away from it. I acted like it didn't belong to me. But it followed me. I worried what others would think, what people would say about my idea. I kept it to myself. I hid it away and didn't talk about it. I tried to act like everything was the same as it was before my idea showed up.
So that was the final entry we have for our competition. But we did get a complimentary video. Wonderful. And I want to share it with you. So stick around just for another minute and let's watch this one. And you'll also see why I like it.
My name is Kyra Thomas. I am 5 years old. I am reading Mac and the Cheese by Sarah Weeks. Macaroni likes to eat. He isn't very picky, but the cheese will never take a bite of anything that's icky. This fish is cold and very old. I do not like fish old and cold, but Macaroni eats the fish and then licks his lips and says, "Delish." "Nice day," says Mac. Cheese says, "Too hot." "Let's swim," says Mac. Cheese says, "Let's not." Macaroni finds a hat. It is very blue and very flat. "I like this hat," says Mac. "Do you?" Cheese frowns and it says, "Too flat, too blue." Too cold, too flat, too this, too that, too old, too blue, too, 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 too. Macaroni likes to jump. Cheese just sits there like a lump. Macaroni likes to play. Cheese says, "Mac, please go away."
All right, so that was little Kyra Thomas reading for there. So Kyra Thomas was just outside of our eligible age group for our competition, but she really, really, really wanted to read for us. And so we had to showcase her today as well on Read Aloud Day. Thank you so much, Kyra, for participating. Thank you for reading. You did such a wonderful job. So if you didn't see your video today and you know you had submitted an entry, for some reason we may have missed it because we did get quite a few. So call us or send us an email and let us know. We will be uploading all the videos in a couple of hours so that you can start voting for your most popular reader and your favorite reader. So you still have time if you had already sent in your video, that is. We'll not take any new ones, but if you did send it in and we missed it, then let us know so we can upload it before voting starts today. And then you will all have a chance to vote for your favorite reader. Voting will start today once the videos go up. And then we will announce our winners on Saturday at 11 a.m. when we will have another live event and we'll have more guest readers, students, parents, teachers alike, and anyone from the public who wishes to join us and read aloud on Saturday morning. You are welcome to join us. So look out for that. We'll share with you where we'll be. And it will be exciting and it will be fun. Reading. Reading really is awesome. It really is the key to success, both for academic success and just success in life in general. So take a moment today. Read a book. Read aloud. Read with and to your children. Whatever you do, happy reading. And thank you from Jamaica Reads. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.